And I invite you into a comfortable seated position. If you want to elevate the hips, you're welcome. Find any position, and if it's more comfortable for you to begin laying down, feel free to lay down. Bring yourself into any position in which you feel grounded. Grounding is really, really important all the time, especially now, when we want to know that we are safe. And we want to feel that support offered to us by the universe. It's unwavering. So bring yourself down onto the ground. Release any heaviness. Unpack your load. And settle in for a few moments. If you are comfortable closing the eyes, please do so. Otherwise, keep your gaze soft, somewhere down below. And feel where the body is pressing into the earth. Notice all the points of contact. The edges of the feet and legs, your sit bones. And feel from that place of connection the energy that's invited into your body from the earth. The earth is so beautifully energetically charged, and it's just waiting to connect with you. So start to invite that energy into your body, giving the spine a little bit more of a lift. Without stiffness, just a lift. A little inspiration, a little courage. Feel the crown of the head shining, lifting. And invite the shoulders to softly fall down, melting your arms by your side. What a blessing it is to be present in this moment. In this moment, I invite you to release whatever doesn't serve you. And I'm going to read you a poem by Donna Faulds. Called Whatever Doesn't Serve You. What weight can you put down right now? Willingly relinquishing the pointed quills of guilt or judgment? What burden of the heart can lift? What dark corner can be lit? The candle flickering at first, then burning bright. With the next breath, let it go. That old story you've told yourself a million times. Whatever doesn't serve you on this path of truth, leave it behind. Offer this one gift, the simple sacrifice that in the giving sets you free to fully live. So on this Wednesday, this midweek check-in, we're going to set aside or let go of or release whatever you've been carrying so far this week. Any burdens in the body or burdens in the mind. Anything that's rattled you energetically or emotionally. We're going to press the reset button so that you can start fresh, renewed, and reconnected to your truth. It connects you to your pure love. So anything that's tried to cloud that sense of connection, we're going to take out the Windex bottle today and just wipe it clean so that you can clearly see yourself again. So let's start to cultivate a little awakening through some breath work. We begin by simply noticing the breath. Be different. Just present for that shamatha breath, where we feel how it feels to breathe naturally. And we're going to do a little energy cleansing breath, a Nadi Shodhana breath, alternate nostril breathing. So I invite you to take your right hand, and if you'd like, you can fold down the middle 3 fingers, or you can fold down just the pointer and the center finger, creating a little mudra that will help connect with the closing of the nostrils during this breath practice. So your nadis are your energy channels that run through the body, and Shodhana is a cleansing, it's a refreshing of the energy channels by releasing the toxins that may be blocking the energy in particular spaces within your body. And so we're going to begin, and again, you can do this with the eyes open if you don't want to start to feel tired, because it is activating of your parasympathetic nervous system. So you can bring your right thumb to your right nostril. We always begin and end inhaling and exhaling through the left nostril, the cooling side of the body. Close the right nostril, inhale fully through the left nostril. When you get to the top of the breath, close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Pause at the top, close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Pause, switch, exhale right. Inhale right, making sure the breaths are really full on the inhale. Pause and exhale left. I'll guide you on one more round, then set you free. Inhale left. Pause to savor that space. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause, close, exhale left. I'm going to invite you to take a few more rounds on your own, self-guided. If you notice that this is causing any disturbance in your sense of being, then you can just take a normal breath. I'll guide you when to take your last one. Stay fully present for the breath journey. Take one more round. And when you finish by exhaling on the left side, release your hands into your lap. I want to invite the air to flow in and out freely through both nostrils at the same time. Notice what remains, what is present. Maybe that helped encourage the respiration to feel more full, the body to feel enlivened with that beautiful fresh rush of oxygen. Maybe you found a sense of peace in the meditative repetition of the breath practice. And that's called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. And I appreciate you practicing with us today. We're going to start to roll over to our hands and knees. You're welcome to use any sort of blanket or towel underneath the knees to offer some softness. We're going to sit the hips back toward the heels and then start to ripple the spine forward, reach the crown of the head forward, hinge forward. Exhale, send the hips back to the heels, just getting some movement into the joints of the body. And then reach forward. So start to continue to move, always inhaling to project forward in this linear way. And exhale to draw the hips back. Keep the lower abs engaged so the lower back is supported rather than sagging. and back. Nice. We're going to start to make these loops around the right side. So start to travel like you're making a little circle with the body up to the front of the mat. And then travel back along the right side, making a little half circle back to your child's. So inhale, traveling along the right side, up. And exhale, taking the journey back, hips to heels. So take a few more. Just notice what's engaged in the body when you travel like this. One more. Big breath in. And exhale, hips back to heels. And we start to travel along the left side. So shift the hips over to the left. Reach the body up toward the front of the mat. And exhale, come back, tracing that line of energy along the left side. Inhale along the left side. And exhale back. Do that twice more, taking your time to notice. Beautiful. All right, so we stirred up a little energy in the body. We're going to return back to that child's pose, rooting your Ajna chakra down to the earth. Move the head a little bit from side to side, truly igniting that Ajna wisdom that you hold in your body. And that will help guide you on a path today, allowing this practice to serve you in all the ways you need it. Knowing that you're always welcome to amplify the practice if that's what you're after. You're welcome to modify, bringing the energy level down a little bit if that's what you need. Listen to the wisdom of your own body guiding you today. And then bring the forehead to stillness. Bend the elbows. Plant the palms together in prayer right behind the head. And using that wisdom, start to cultivate your intention for your practice today. I am grateful. I am fully present for myself in every sense of the way. Whatever it is that inspires you, repeat it over and over so that you're absorbing it in every cell of your body. Imagine writing it on your mat with a big, fine-tipped, permanent marker. And continue to stay tethered to that intention throughout your practice. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the intention. If you're starting to feel tired and you want to take rest, come back to your intention. If you notice other distracting thoughts, particularly those that are filled with self-judgment, just bring it back to your intention. Big breath in, full breath out. Beautiful. One more big breath to share that intention. Inhale. And let the breath go. Reach your arms out long in front of you, rooting down through the palms. Start to shift the hips back up into your table position. On the inhale, reach your right arm forward, press your left, go. We're going to bring that left leg back over to the side. Plant your right palm down under your shoulder and extend your left leg out to the side, rooting down through the edge of the foot, and sink the hips back towards your heel. Bow down, feeling a beautiful stretch into that left side leg and into the adductor. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, shift back into the palms, extend your left leg back behind you, and then bend the knee, step the foot between the palms, coming up into your low lunge. We're going to move a little bit here. As you exhale, shift back into a half split. So rock onto that left heel, bow the chest down toward your thigh. Inhale, shift back into your high lunge, reach the arms up, open your heart, and exhale as you come down. Last one, big breath in. Full breath out. This time, inhale, reach up in your low lunge. Bring those palms to kiss. Reach them forward and twist over to the left. So hook your right elbow outside the left knee. And you can power up a little bit into that back leg if you want to press into the top of the foot, lifting the knee. You're really going to open up through the thigh and the hip flexor on that right side. Or feel free to keep the knee down. There's always a way to fire it up, and there's always a way to take it down. Take one more big breath. And slowly lower the knee. If it's lifted, we're going to unwind back into that Asana, lifting the heart. Release the hands down. Step that left leg back behind you and make some big circles into that hip. And as you do this, notice if you're inclined to shift the weight into the right palm, try to keep the weight even in both palms. So you're really absorbing the effort in your core here. Take one more big breath. And release back to your table position. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Remember, as we come into table, one fun way to measure out the relative distance of your hands or your wrists under your shoulders is to turn the palms so that the fingertips face each other. And when your middle fingers kiss, mwah, that is a perfect distance. Then lift the fingers, swivel onto the heel of the hand, and melt the hands back down. And then you know that your wrists are under your shoulders. And that makes for a really nice, safe, and challenging chaturangas when we get to it. So from here, root down into that right palm. Extend the left arm, right leg back. First, feeling the length that you're creating in the spine. Creating space between the vertebra. Take one more big breath. And exhale, elbow to knee. Crunching that belly up toward the spine. Inhale, extend. Nice flat back. Exhale to round. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. This time as you inhale, you're going to extend the arm and the leg. Reach. Whoops. What's over there? My water. Reach the right toes behind you and take the left hand and just point. Hey, toes. I see you. You've been neglected, but I still love you. And notice where you're opening up in the right side. Try not to collapse into the right side shoulder. So keep some space between the ear and the shoulder. One more big breath. And then we're going to swing that right leg out to the side, a nice 90-degree angle from the body. Plant the left palm back down to the earth and sink your hip to your heel. Bowing down, feeling that beautiful stretch into the right leg. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. If you'd like to practice Ujjayi breath, start to welcome that. Feeling the breath come in and out over the whisper muscles of the throat. Just allow the breath cadence to be natural. And let the focus just be on awakening the energy within the body. On the next inhale, we come back into a three-legged table, releasing the right leg behind you. And as you exhale, draw the foot between the hands. And we rise up, coming into our nice low lunge. As you exhale, shift back, finding a half split. And if you don't like to flow as much, you'd rather have really static holds, feel free to just hold one of these shapes or the other. It feels delicious in the body. This practice is all about giving you what you need, right? Taking from the practice what serves you. So if what serves you best is a hamstring stretch right now, stay in that half split a little longer. Nice. Take one more big breath wherever you are. If you're moving, rock back. Beautiful. And we're going to come back into that low lunge. Palms kiss. Reach and extend forward. Twist to the right. So hook that left elbow outside the right knee. And you can stay here, or again, you can start to really power up through that left hip flexor. Good psoas stretch. Come to the ball or come to the top of the left foot. It's pretty intense, so be careful. Just notice if it works for you. Take one more big breath. And if the knee is lifted, release it. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to frame. Right foot goes behind you, back to three-legged table. Make some big circles into the right side hip. Again, if you notice the weight shifting to the left side, drop back into center. Beautiful. From your table position, again, remember, we always want the wrists underneath the shoulders. We're going to curl the toes under. Let the knees hover. Just let the knees hover a moment. And just slightly shift forward and slightly shift back. So just moving in this linear plane once again with the knees hovering, starting to create a little warmth in the muscle fibers of the legs. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, press your chest back toward your thighs, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Yes. Breathe in. Breathe out. And be aware of the weight distribution here. Where do you feel yourself rooted into the earth? Is it more into the balls of the feet? Is it more into the fingertips? And can you begin to distribute the weight evenly among all 4 points of contact? Breathe in. Breathe out. From here, we're going to start to ripple forward. So lift the tailbone round through the upper spine as you shift forward into a high plank. And as you exhale, press the earth away, the opposite movement, drawing the navel up. Send the hips back to your heels. Inhale, lift to the tippy toes, ripple through the spine. Come to a nice flat back, high plank. And exhale as you send yourself back. So again, just moving in that linear plane, inviting articulation into the spine, inviting some heat into the muscles. Yesterday we had a yin practice, so the muscles were left unnoticed. Now they want some attention. Beautiful. Lift back up into your downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Always using that out breath to release any heat if you feel like you're holding on to too much. You're burning off a lot today because we're letting things go. So let it go. On the inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot between the hands. We're going to peel the right arm up, finding a low lunge. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sink a little deeper. One more big breath. And release. This time, inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, hands to the earth, walk over to your left foot, Skandasana. Come nice and low with the tailbone reaching toward the earth. Still flexing into that right foot, opening, spiraling through that right hip to open up through your adductor. Maybe your hands to your heart for a little balance. Maybe. Or you can root down. Take one more breath. And then we're going to walk our hands, stay nice and low, back to the low lunge. Step the left foot forward, forward fold. Hang heavy here. We're just deconstructing a little Surya A variation that we're going to do. So as you hang heavy, notice how it feels to get upside down. Shake it out. Flutter the lips. Whatever you've been carrying, don't need to hold on to it any longer. Let the earth take it. And then very slowly start to press into the earth. Bend the knees. Give your joints a little bit of love here. Lift up, reach up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips. Start to float back down into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. And exhale, bow. Let's do one more sun breath. Press down into the earth. Lift up like you're the sun rising and shining right here. And exhale as you fold. Allowing the head to hang. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, step back, one foot then the other, high plank. Your choice, knees up or down, lower down. So again, this is why it's important for the wrists to be underneath the shoulders, so that as you lower down and bend into those elbows, you're working the triceps and the core. The elbows point back toward the back of the mat as you lower chest and chin to the earth. And then sweep up, like again, like the sun rising. You're just feeling the heart shine right here. Curl the toes under, hips lift back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. And remember that everything we're doing can be modified. You can take it easy. You can stay on the knees. You can skip any chaturanga you don't want to do. Let this practice serve you. Take a big breath in. Let the breath go. Inhale, left heel rises straight up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands in your low lunge. Again, you can untuck the knee, or release the knee, untuck the toe if you want to take it more gentle. Root down through the right palm, lift that left arm up, take your twist. So keep stable through the hips, keep squeezing into the glutes, and we're twisting through the spine here, feeling the rib cage spin up. Give it breath, that full, beautiful breath. One more big breath. And release the left hand, walk over to the right, skandasana, or side lunge, either rooting or lifting. Hands can come to the heart. Breathe into the whole body. Nice, one more breath. And then keep those hands nice and low. Walk back over to your low lunge. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, let it go. Halfway lift, flat back, and fold. One more sun breath. So feel yourself rooting right here, and then feel where you rise. You are taking that energy from the universe into the body, just enlivening your whole physical structure. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, step back to your high plank. You're welcome to go right to downward facing dog here if you want to take it more gentle, or take a full flow. High to low plank. Maybe you start to float the thighs up for your upward facing dog, meeting back in a downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're going to take that modified Sun A flow, which helps to work into the hips a little bit too. Just take your time, right? Try not to have any expectations. Try not to have any criticisms. Just be, right? Allow yourself to flow with the breath. Find freedom in that movement and find freedom in the choice to do what you want to do. So let things go that aren't serving you. And that goes for on the mat and off the mat. On your inhale, right heel rises. As you exhale, low lunge, step the right foot through. Big inhale, right arm reaches up for your twist. And as you exhale, we're skandasana over to the left. Sink low, nice and slow. Walk back over to frame the left foot. Stay low in the joints. Frame the right foot. Left foot joints, forward fold. Inhale, rise up nice and slowly. Really embody the sun energy here. And exhale, bow down. Halfway lift. Hands to shins. Plant the hands. Step back. You're welcome to hop back to chaturanga or come high to low plank on your own. Press the earth away. Rise up. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, left heel rises. With control, step the left foot through, low lunge. Root the right arm down, left arm rises for your twist. And then hands walk over, stay low to the right side, Skandasana. From here, we walk back, just crawling our way close to the earth. Step right foot to the left, forward fold. Rise up. You are shining so brightly. Exhale, let the whole breath go so we can start fresh, inhaling a new life into this flat back. And the hands come down, step back to high plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart up, returning to downward facing dog. Beautiful. I'm just going to come say hi to you all here. Gorgeous. Keep those tailbones reaching up to the sky. Nice, beautiful adjustments. Keep pressing your chest all the way back toward your thighs. And if you're better served here in a child's pose, then let that be where your body lands. Remember, we're never here to satisfy the ego. We're here to take care of our physical needs. We're here to take care of our energetic needs. And we're here to be present for whatever emotionally has arrived. We're going to go through that flow one more time. There's a little piece in repetition. There's some meditation in repetition. But again, try not to forecast what's coming next. Just be present. On the inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot through, low lunge. Reach the right arm up, find your twist. And as you exhale, crawl over to the left side, Skandasana, sinking low. Walk back over, frame the right foot, low lunge. Left foot to right, forward fold. Rise up, open up, maybe a little back bend here. And dive back down, let it all go. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Plant the hands, stepping or hopping, traveling however you'd like to travel through your flow, knowing that we'll meet in downward facing dog. Your journey is your own personal exploration. So take your time, try things along the way. On the inhale, left heel rises, three-legged dog. Left foot steps through, low lunge. Lift the left arm, take your twist. And then stay low, crawling over to Skandasana. Beautiful. Walk back over. Right foot joins left, forward fold. Root down as you rise up, opening the heart as much as you'd like. Hinge at the hips, let it go. We've arrived in a new moment. Halfway lift to a fresh breath. Plant the hands, step back. Take your time. Once the heart is lifted, lower the knees nice and wide. Toe mounds kiss, child's pose. Notice what is present in the body. Notice what's present in the mind. And remember that we're holding space for each of these thoughts and each emotion. We're not trying to get rid of them, but we also aren't letting them consume us. We're just honoring their presence, and then we're making a conscious choice to let go of the ones that don't serve us. It is your choice. So hang on to joy, hang on to peace, hang on to forgiveness, hang on to compassion, and let all the rest of the junk go. Here, we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. So I like to take, when we're doing these kind of slow, mindful flows, I like to take time and remeasure. Just take my time arriving there. I feel if I'm moving too fast or moving in haste, my alignment starts to become sacrificed. I start to lose that connection of what's engaged here, where I'm rooted. So it's like coming back home, just starting from the beginning of the class. So notice where you're connected by the 4 points. Notice where you're lifted. Notice the thighs, upper thighs gently spiraling inward. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. On the inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Step the right foot between the hands. Come back into your lunge. This time we're going to lift the arms, rise into a high crescent lunge. Take a big breath in. Bring the hands to the heart. Extend forward. Revisit that twist. So hooking the left elbow outside of the right knee and use that as leverage to create a little bit more space. So feel yourself drawing the navel in while you're extending the spine long. So inhaling to find length. Exhale for that rotation in the spinal axis. And when we engage the lower abs and draw them up and in, we create just a little bit more space to explore the twist. Maybe you look over the right shoulder. Maybe you open your arms. Keep that back leg fully engaged. When we're thinking about the twist and all the other things happening, that back leg starts to become weak. The knee starts to drift down toward the earth. And if you're keeping it lifted, hug the muscles to the bones. Take one more big breath. From here, we're going to unwind and we're going to spin right open into a warrior two. So your left leg will now rotate outwards so your foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Your heels can be in line to offer a deeper opening into the hips. Take a big breath in. Reverse the warrior, drawing that right fist up and overhead. Keep sinking deep into your lunge. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, start to cartwheel that right hand all the way down to the earth. See if you can bring it all the way down, or use a block to help you tether it. So your right elbow is pressing into the right knee. You can keep that arm lifted, stacking the shoulders, or reach the arms over to create the long line of energy. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more breath. So listen closely. We're going to take that top hand and bring it down to the earth. Walk all the way over to frame the left foot. Shift into the left foot standing split. Shifting perspective, right? Getting out of our linear ways of thinking and looking around us, looking for new opportunities. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. You can play around with a handstand inversion here if anyone's interested. Otherwise, stay right where you are. Maybe take the hands to the opposite. Hands to front to a warrior 2 foot and come up into warrior 2 to the other side. So again, make any adjustments into your footing so that your heels are in line. Open up wide through the heart. Sink deep into the lunge. Take a big breath in. On the next inhale, reverse your warrior. Just going slowly. Maybe it's a different pace than you're used to. Creating that space to observe. Quieting any tendencies to fill that space with our to-do list. This is the only thing you have to do. Be here and breathe. Take one more breath. As you exhale, bring that left hand right inside of the left leg. Open up into a side angle variation. Really feel that spin into the rib cage once again. Reach that right arm up to stack the shoulders or overhead. And just take note if you feel any collapsing anywhere. Take another big breath. And release the hands down. We're going to walk over, come back into a low lunge at the front of the mat. Step back into your high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Lift and open apart. Soften the shoulders. Back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Very slow, mindful flow. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's like returning home. Acknowledging your grounding here. On the inhale, left heel rises. As you exhale, step the left foot through. Rise up high, crescent lunge. Take a big breath in. Sink a little deeper. Hands to the heart, reach forward, twist to the left. So right here, you can stay here in the twist, or if you want to ignite a little bit more energy into this shape, you can come into a twisted warrior 3. Control, shifting the shoulders below, or shifting the hips over the shoulders. Maybe you're working on binding. Maybe you're just working on breathing upside down. It's totally different. Take one more big breath. And as we lower that left foot, we're going to turn it so that we come right into our warrior 2. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Breathe into the side body, sink into that lunge. And then exhale, right hand inside of the right foot, connecting the elbow to knee. You can take a bind here. Again, if you want to play around with your bound half moon, if you have that in your practice, go for it. Feel no restrictions. Be free to play. One more big breath. Beautiful. And then release the hands. We're going to walk around to frame the left foot. Step back, high plank. This time lower all the way down to the earth. All the way down. Untuck the toes, bring the arms into a goalpost shape, and just take a moment with one cheek to the mat to feel yourself breathing into the earth. This is a great way to practice your Durga breath, your 3-part breath with the belly rooted to the earth, because you can really feel the expansion into the belly, maybe a pause. You can feel the rib cages, or the rib cage expanding into the earth. And then you can feel the chest pressing down in gratitude toward the earth, finding fullness in that breath. And as you release the breath from the chest, you feel it soft on your own, flipping the head when your neck wants a little attention on the other side. Take one more Durga breath. Feeling the belly, ribs, and chest expand, full with life. And feel the air releasing, starting fresh and letting go. From here, we're going to turn the head so that the forehead is facing downward. Maybe you're just gazing downward. And as you inhale, zip the legs together. We're going to start to lift up, sort of like a locust pose, but keeping your arms into the goalpost arms. So notice where you're squeezing into the muscles to help support the back. Notice where you're drawing shoulders down to expand through the heart. Take 2 more big breaths here. One more big breath. And lower down, maybe bringing the other cheek to the mat. And we're going to do that another time, but we're going to get a little funky here. If you're comfortable getting funky, come get funky along with us. If you'd rather do something more traditional, you can take a locust pose with your arms by your side, palms down. There's no judgment, no funk meter going on here. So if you want to get just a moment, notice if your breath changed at all. We'll have to bring Funky Flow back on Friday. Friday is a fun flow Friday. We're going to really amp it up with our vinyasa practice and invite some fun arm balances and some party poses. Because what else do you do on Friday, right? All right, we're going to bring our hands back toward the ribs. Press the knees back toward one another and make your way back into a child's pose for just a moment. This time the knees can be narrow, soften into the lower back. If the arms from your funky frog got a little tired, you can bring them by your side, curling up into a little seedling. And just imagine that you're planting your intention into the most fertile garden you can imagine. And through your conscious awareness, through your energetic movements and your deep breaths, you're nourishing this seed and you're going to watch it grow throughout the day, fully realizing the full potential of your intention. But it requires patience. It requires attention. Remember that we don't pick the fruit the same day we plant the seed. So maybe you watch as your plant grows beautifully, but the buds stay tight for a little while. And with compassion, with nurturing from your heart, those buds will begin to open, unveiling the beautiful flowers. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. From here, we're going to make our way onto our backs. Don't worry about which side of the mat you're near or on. Just come on down. Bring your hands to your feet, either the toes or the edges of the feet. A little laughing, happy baby. Maybe you bring the edges of the bottoms of the feet together, soles of the feet together, edges of the feet to the earth, letting the knees splay open. Your Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. We're going to stay here through our rest. If you are finding this not to be super comfortable in the hips, feel free to extend your legs. Just giving the body a chance to find an opening, to offer freedom into the joints, offer softness into the muscles. Let that tenderness of your heart just explode all over your whole body. Find yourself bathed in pure self-love right here, no matter what. This is a poem called Enough by David White. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here. This opening to the life we have refused again and again until now. Until now. This is your awakening. You've unpacked the burdens. You have lightened your load. You have freed yourself from the weight. You are starting fresh, ready to continue to shine brightly. So when you're ready to awaken, to face the world that awaits you, start to move into the body. Maybe draw your knees into your chest. Maybe take some full body stretching. And then start to make your way over to one side, returning to that seedling position, the position of new beginnings. This is your rebirth. Whatever doesn't serve you is long in your past. Whatever excites you is right here. Let's go. Let's get up. Arrive. Take a big stretch. And then draw your hands right to your heart. Yeah, I'm grateful for each of you for practicing with us today. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light that shines so beautifully in each of you. Namaste. So thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you to the Energy Club for sponsoring this class. And my name is Erin once again. And for those of you who are new to my practice, know that I do this every day. I'm teaching this class Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. I also have a few other exciting classes coming up.